Well, Coach, obviously, before we preview the game at hand in Flagler, senior night upcoming on Saturday, how's it feel for your team graduating a few seniors, honoring them?
Well, we hate to see them leave, number one, but I think that's always a special time where you can honor your seniors for the work they've done. One of them for 1 year, two of them for 2 years, and then Ebony Stevens for 4 years. So a great bunch of kids, quality first class, very good students, and we're really going to miss them in our program.
And now, of course, looking ahead to the game against Flagler with your ticket already punched to the Peach Belt Conference Tournament, what does this game mean in terms of gaining momentum going into that first round?
Well, I think it's another Peach Belt game. We want to play very hard, and we want to play well. We want to send our seniors out on a good note, and then get some positive momentum going into the conference tournament. You know, we really struggled offensively last night. France Marion scored 65 points. That's a chance to win, but we just got to put the ball in the hole, and we weren't able to do that last night. So get some positive momentum, particularly on the offensive end.
Now, when you guys were in St. Augustine last month, you really surprised this Flagler team, held a lot of their key rebounders off the glass. You shot it very well. What are you expecting in this one?
We got some kids in foul trouble. We got Odave in foul trouble early, which was good. So we got some kids in foul trouble, which helped us. I thought we were solid defensively, not great, and we played well offensively. We made shots, and I think that's another key. They've got some weapons with Roberts on the perimeter, with 33 and Odave in the post with some size, and then they've got the Robinson kid on the perimeter that can score some also. The point guard Alford scores some. So they've got some offensive weapons, and we're going to have to do a good job defensively to start with, and then we're going to have to play obviously better than we did offensively last night.
Talking about offensively, are you going to focus a little bit in practice on the three-point shooting leading up to Saturday's game?
We always do. I mean, we always work on shooting. Actually, today was an off day from practice, and we just had kids coming in and shooting for 30 minutes, trying to get some individual work in, just get confident shooting the basketball. But hopefully we'll shoot it well. I think we shot it fairly well down there. Not great, but fairly well against them last time. I think we've got a lot of good three-point shooters, and just seeing that ball goes in the basket helps with confidence.
Now, of course, we'll talk about this more come next week, but with a majority of the field being set for the Peach Belt Conference Tournament, it's already decided that your team will be traveling to Georgia to take on the North Georgia Nighthawks. Do you have any initial thoughts into that game yet?
Just a good, solid team, but a team that we've, in stretches competed with very well. So, again, I think they can score. You're not going to hold them in the 50s. They're a team that can score. You've got to be able to put the basketball in the hole, and you've got to be efficient offensively. I think you've got to limit second chance opportunities, and you've got to be able to try to force some turnovers. So maybe trying to mix some things up and with some trapping or some full court pressure to try to create some turnovers and create some offense with our defense might be something we're looking at.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for the time. Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Matt.
All right, Coach, you guys have your final regular season game and senior day coming up now here against Flagler. So let's just talk about senior day, and kind of maybe it's surprising to know that you guys are already at the end of the regular season.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's a blur after Christmas. The games come so fast, and here we are at senior day, and it's a really special group of seniors with Brandon Watts, who's I think maybe the all-time leader in wins, is a Brave. And then Nigel, who's been with us now for a couple of years, who's, had a great 2 years for us, and Bryson, who's just been a rock for the program during his time. Doesn't play a lot, but he's been a great leader for us as well. So it'll be emotional, but the good news is we get at least one more home game with those guys next week, and hopefully have a lot of basketball ahead of us.
When you think about those guys, what is it about them specifically that's allowed them to kind of help you guys continue to change this program and get it to where it is right now?
Well, they're all great competitors. They've really developed into very strong leaders, and they really just put the team first. They care about winning and doing it the right way, and trying to represent the program off the court as well. So really proud of those guys. They're all on track to graduate at some point. They may not all finish up this spring, but they should all be finishing up in the near future as well.
When we talk about this game, you guys are at the point of the season now where teams usually talk about wanting to get hot at the right time, and hopefully this will be the last game before you get into two tournament scenarios where you guys never want to lose. So
right.
How important is this game in terms of setting the momentum for the postseason?
Well, it's a chance to win a conference championship first and foremost. So I think, that's really the focus just on Saturday, sending the seniors out the right way, having a chance to cut down nets again, which would be amazing in, what I think is one of the best leagues in the country. So we're excited about that, and then get through Saturday, then we can start looking to the next opportunity.
And when you talk about that moment, that cutting down the nets, how much do you think some of the guys that were on that team last year really think about that when they think about this opportunity that's coming up this weekend?
Well, I think last year's team, obviously we got a lot of guys back from that team. And, I think their experience last year, probably gave them a little confidence going into this year that, hey, we can do it. I think we've improved in some areas over last year's team with our defense especially. So I think, the way we guarded against Francis Marion, and we have most of the year, I think gives them a lot of confidence moving forward that, hey, we got an opportunity to do this again.
You mentioned that defensive ability as well as the energy and the rebounding from a game ago. What's the biggest area of improvement you still see for this team right now heading into this final regular season game?
I'd like to see us continue to have that pride with our defense. I still think we can rebound better. We got some guys that collectively we rebounded fairly well. We didn't have anybody double-double, but as a group they rebounded fairly well. But I think that's something you just got to, game by game, you just got to, challenge individuals and then the team take on that responsibility. Along with our execution, this time of year, the league opponents know they know our offense when we call plays. They know what's coming. So your execution has to be that much sharper. Sometimes the first option of a play isn't open, so you got to look at the second or third. And I think that's something that's got to continue to get better and better down the stretch.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to seeing that execution this weekend, and good luck.
Thank you.